regularly talk every week, at least twice a week. The local leaders, the presidents, the business agents, we have to communicate. We want to keep in constant communication just to get a feel and heartbeat of or what the company considers the temperature of each plant, of the locals, of the members. Are they weakening? Are they getting stronger? Are they getting more angry? And so we just report to one another every week, almost every day, really, to be honest with you. But we have a formal conference call generally every week. One day longer, one day slower. We don't want that to sound like a cliche at this point. That's truly our motto. We want to live by it. That's our creed, more or less. One day longer, one day stronger. Kellogg's, it's, they're suffering now. We're talking about a plant that makes roughly $10 million a day. You know what I mean? After everything else is paid and everything said and done in profits. Okay, we talk record profits. So you've gone going on 6 weeks without your regular production. So it's hurting you too. Right? I mean, and that's extremely arrogant of you. It's so arrogant of you to think that the people have no resolve, that they'll cave in to your foolishness. They'll take whatever you give them, while again you pay yourself, and it's known and noted and reported that you're giving yourself bonuses, record bonuses of nearly 160%. That's crazy. So I mean, I'm gonna just put that into perspective for you. If you make a base salary of $100,000 with that bonus, you're making $160,000 for one check. And my thing is, how arrogant is that you know that we know it, that we're just as important as you feel that you are, just as impactful to the business as your frontline workers, essential workers. But yet still you want us to accept the crumbs that you're giving us. It's not right.
That's the whole thing. They call you essential.
Essential, and don't want to pay you for it. They don't want to pay you essential pay. They said, well, we'll give you bonuses. We gave you guys $500 bonuses 3 times, spread all over 9 months. And again, we're going to pay ourselves again 158% is actually what the actual number was of our salaries. That's our bonus. Don't you guys think that's fair? Absolutely not. So stop making a mockery of what being fair is about. The term being fair is what it truly means. That's un-American. It's union-made cereal in the United States. You're so unscrupulous, no morals. You've taken your production to Mexico, where they tell you that you shouldn't drink Mexican water, and they're producing this cereal and bringing it back to these American households to feed our children. That lets you know how low that they can go. We have actual video. There was a guy here, what we call a scab worker, that was prosecuted, sentenced to 3 years of prison for urinating on the Rice Krispies. You can Google that. It's an actual video. It's an actual case. It went to federal court, but yet you trust that same company that brought those scabs in there that would urinate in the food regularly, and you bring them right back and lock out the people who've been here for years making a living with their families, for their families, with you guys, side by side, standing side by side with you. And you have the audacity to insult the American public and the people, consumers, and say that you're putting out the best product that you can put out there. We know that's absolutely false. Absolutely false. The quality of food is horrible. You go into stores right now again, and they're so brazen with the case codes and the date codes, and they show Mexican-made product or Canadian-made product. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so where's American-made product? So are you ashamed of the American-made product? Are you ashamed to have prideful employees that stand by their work that are vested in this company? This is how we make our living. This is how we feed our families. This is how we educate our children, cover our families. And your thing is you're so unscrupulous. Again, you go without morals, and you're record profits, and you feel like, well, we're the only ones who just enjoy these record sales while working through this pandemic. The new norm, as it was discussed to us and told to us by the company, is masks, sanitizers, temperature checks. That's the new norm. We've had 3 employees die from COVID while working in the plant last year. Yes, 3. Countless are hospitalized for months on end. Not days, not weeks, months, battling to stay alive during this pandemic. And the company's like, oh, we can always replace you guys. You're nothing to us but a number. So if you don't think that we have resolve, we're tired of it, it's not just Kellogg's. Again, I spoke about John Deere. I spoke about the teachers unions. All the strikes that are going on, protests are going on. The average working man, they're retired. This is an all-out assault on the middle class. You know what I mean? They only want two distinctions, rich and poor. And they want us to understand that and justify why they stay rich, while making us poor. Absolutely. It's the last time Kellogg's had actually strike with the local, battle with the unions was in 1972. That was 49 years ago. It's time to fight for something. Everything that Kellogg's is asking us to give away was already bargained for and agreed on by both the company and the union. Now you get these new generation of bean counters that say, listen, I know what you guys agreed to, and we agreed to get to you guys, fair working wages and this. Now we just want them back. Again, we want to increase our coffers. Over the pandemic, billions. And that includes Kellogg's snacks and frozen divisions, billions. That's why they was able to pay themselves those record bonuses of 158% of their salary. Forced overtime, 4 and 8 hour shifts a day. They rather than hire the people that they need to keep this plant up and running, or all the plants up and running, they'd rather force you over 4 hours or 12 hours, 8 hours of overtime a day, every day, 7 days a week. But your body is not supposed to get tired. Your mind is not supposed to get tired. You know what I mean? So, well, we decided we're not tired of it. We're going to stay out here as long as it takes. We've proven to you, because you forced us not to be tired. So you've conditioned us for the situation and the fight that we're in now. And so we're going to engage you in what you've trained us up to be. And that's just robots in your eyes. Absolutely. Right. Right. That was the idea. The last contract, we helped the company. They said it had soft cereal sales. There's a reason why we agreed to this contract for cost savings, with the understanding that once we've helped build the brand back up, you'd in turn pay us back for this. Now, the thing is, well, thank you for being a fool and trusting us. Thank you for being a sucker. And here's the thing: now we want more. Oh, 3 times. 3 times. So they called us back for a 2-day negotiation, and they stayed a total of 30 minutes over 2 days in a room with us. That just shows you just how brazen they are. Kellogg's, everything that Kellogg's ever acquired, all businesses, from the cookie businesses, the snacks, whatever, to their waffle business, they built and bought off the bags of cereal. Kellogg's originally started off as a cereal company, and it got so big they were able to acquire other companies. So again, to increase their brand and their coffers. It wasn't actually a strike. Kellogg's locked us out. They put a chain on the door at midnight on October 22nd, 2013. Told you don't come back in until you do what we tell you to do. We want to transition. They want to transition language way back then, 8 years ago. We was like, no, that's not fair. We've always explained to them, and they knew it, but it's not getting any cheaper to live. Go to the store now and try to get a gallon of milk and have a couple bucks in your pocket. You got to put that milk back, the milk that you use for your cereal, ironically. But they don't care. I'm saying their arrogance in the midst of record sales, record profits, record deaths, record sicknesses, working through this pandemic, it doesn't move them. Taxable bonuses. Taxable bonuses. So the people brought home on average, I think it was less than $800 across the board, over 1,400 people. And they tell you, smile. We've given you something. We're giving you a job. We've given you a job. Shut up, go to work. May change the word here and there. You know, up may mean elevate. In may mean in, you know what I mean. It's just, no, it's nothing. It's nothing significant enough to sit back and say, okay, let's sit down and constantly, waste one another's time. We want to get to a country. Don't get it to. We want to be back in the building and help Kellogg's increase their profit. That's fine. Our thing is we just want a piece of the pie, our fair share. It's only fair. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We set the record straight. We let them know back in October of last year when the contract actually expired originally. Kellogg's got an injunction, well, actually used some language to get an extension because they felt that the pandemic will be over back then. And they could say, oh, okay, now cereal sales has plummeted. So we cannot justify what you guys are asking us. Well, now there's a new Delta variant. And God forbid there's a different strain other than that coming into the new year. Right. And that's what they call a successful business model. And they want to pull the wool over our eyes and try to sell us on. Once again, well, the pandemic at some point will be over. Well, why don't you just make it be over now if you have all the answers? If you can create a cure, if Kellogg's can create a cure for the pandemic, God bless them. Make it happen. I'm pretty sure the rest of the world will love you for it. They buy all the cereal off the shelf. We wouldn't be able to produce enough cereal. So don't tell us that the pandemic will be over and this is the only reason, whatever that, now people are happy to be home with one another. They're taking less chances and they want to be more around their families now. And so, and again, all it does is help scale out profits that you're staying home and cooking more or eating breakfast in the morning with your family, with your kids. The bottom line is a two-tier wage system would create all the animosity. You don't need anything other than that. Again, you're working side by side with someone doing the exact same job, and sometimes better than the legacy employees. And you're underpaid by nearly $15 per hour. Not only that, you're told you have to pay on your insurance, whereas all legacy employees' insurance is free. So you get a double whammy. First, your daily wages, your weekly wages, and then you have to pay long term for your family every week on insurance. That's not fair. It's not fair at all. And again, we'll stay out here as long as it takes. As long as it takes. Again, this is for the unborn Kellogg's workers, what we're doing. If we give it all up now, there's nothing going to be left to do. Again, one day longer, one day stronger. I feel that this strike right here should be monumental in letting the world know this is how you battle corporate greed. You shouldn't accept it. There's no reason for it to accept it. And this is America. America wasn't built on that foundation. Treat everyone equally. You bring these people out who took this pay cut to work for you to help better your profit, your brand, and everything. You bring them up to where they deserve to be paid. Simple as that. That's our demand. And again, we'll stay out here as long as it takes. Now, here's the irony in the whole thing, by the way, too. By the way, I don't know if you guys have heard. Kellogg's is now put out advertisement that they want to have replacement workers come in at $30+ an hour. The same thing that we're out here fighting for. We're asking for this for people who are skilled, who've been here, seasoned veterans. You told us no for them, but you have now newer people to replace them for the same things that we've already been fighting for. You tell me how crazy is that? There's no rhyme, no reason for that. Kellogg will spend $1,000 to keep from paying you $5. I'm not kidding you. It's all about crushing the competition. And we, although we're Kellogg's employees, we're the competition at this point. Everything. Well, just do the right thing. It's not necessarily small. Doing the right thing isn't small. It's not even hard to do. But again, this is not Kellogg's way. They've been challenged, and they wanted to again defeat the enemy, their enemy. Now they haven't gone after General Mills or Post the same way they've attacked us. They've lost so much market share to these guys, but yet still they'd rather say, okay, well, we'll take this loss to these guys. But the people that are helping us combat or compete, I should say, against our competitors, which is General Mills and Post and any other cereal franchise out there, they kissing their butts. It's crazy. So